everybody. I'm going to go over the slideshow for today for the 8th of April. So just to kind of review a little bit, remember you should watch the video from the purple folder and then have the slideshow open from the green folder for 4-8 so you know what's going on. So remember that the Friday weekly reading doc parts 1 through 3 is due this Friday or before, submitted on Schoology, and that's the weekly reading doc parts 1 through 3. It's found in the independent reading folder. Also, yesterday I asked you to work on the practice links for Quizlet. So in one of the slides I had, like this slide, I had a review here for Quizlet. And then I also had a slide where you were reviewing something for Paradox, a Quizlet here. I just want to remind you that you want to be working through those. I noticed that most of you didn't do them for practice. Those weren't graded, but sometimes I'll give participation points. So as you're working through the slideshow, open up those links and complete them and work at them for 5 minutes or 8 minutes. So please continue to do that. News ELA was yesterday, and I had you go to News ELA. You should have logged in using your class code over here. It's in the slideshow, and you should have read and completed this article called Singing in Metaphors. Again, about half of you only did that. I didn't grade it yesterday, but I'm going to start grading them starting next week. So Tuesdays are News ELA days, so make sure that you're completing those. And then you should have been working on your poetry unit day 1-2 document. That document again is in the blue folder with poetry, and you submit that as an assignment. It's due today, Wednesday, April 8th. So remember that you should be watching the videos that I'm creating here. That's how I'm teaching you, and going through the slideshow that you open from the green folder at the same time. So when you get on for class here, when we're doing it this way, you'll do the daily question in the yellow folder. So you'll want to do that first. Then you should open up the video for instruction, this video. So that's good. And this is going to go over the things for today. And then also have open the slideshow for today for 4-8. And then you can work through all of the little links on the slideshow as you go. Also, today for grammar, when you open up the slideshow, the mini unit for today is grammar. So you want to go through these commonly confused words. So play around with this for 8 to 10 minutes. Just go into this link and then go into the memory match link and practice on some of those commonly confused words. Okay, so this is in place of Grammar 101 today. So just playing some games a little bit more than just doing Grammar 101. So if I can see that people are doing that, I won't be so strict about the Grammar 101 lessons. So please practice those commonly confused words for about 10 minutes. Then I want you to go onto this Padlet. You'll just click on this link, and then everybody's Padlets will come up. Put your name and last initial, and I want you to use there, and there in sentences correctly. You'll see the columns, and 2, also in a column. So open up that Padlet and go in and use those correctly in sentences for today. Once you finish that, then I want you to complete the Jeopardy practice link for sound devices in poetry. It's like right down here. So you'll, in your slideshow, you'll open up that link, and then you can play the different Jeopardy terms for sound devices. Remember, sound devices are alliteration, repetition of sound, like Big Bad Bob went to the ballpark. Assonance is repeating of vowel sounds. And consonants is repeating consonant sounds, so not the vowels. And onomatopoeia are words that are spelled like they sound. Okay, so work on that Jeopardy link, maybe just 5-10 minutes again for the sound devices. And to do that, you're going to select just one team for Jeopardy, And then you press the back arrow that's kind of up by the URL, and then you'll be able to go back to other questions, and you press the space bar to see what was the correct answer and see how you do. So that's in the slideshow as well. So please play through that. And then for the poetry unit, play this quizzes. This one's going to probably be graded, so you have to put your first and last name. And this is about paradox. You have to decide, is that an example of paradox or not? And remember, paradox is when it's contradictory to belief, but it's a true statement. Okay, so you did that a little bit in the poetry document for days 1, 2. So it's when something is contradictory, like you have to spend money to save money. That's an example of a paradox. It's true in a way, but it seems kind of contradictory. So today, poetry document for day 1, 2 is due. That's found on Schoology. So please finish that document. And then poetry unit for days 3, 4 is due tomorrow, Thursday, April 9th. And that's with sound devices. That's pretty easy document. So again, that's for days 3, 4. You'll see all of the poetry stuff in the blue folder. And then the weekly reading document is found in the independent reading folder. Remember, you're only doing parts 1, 2, and 3. So you read a chunk, do part 1. Read another day, do part 2. Read another day, do part 3, and so forth. The part 3 KWL chart, you list a topic that's going on in your book. Then list 3 things that you know about the topic, that's the K, 3 things that you would like to know about it, and then 3 things that you have learned about the topic. If you haven't learned anything yet about the topic because you started your book recently, just kind of summarize what's going on in the third column for the KWL. Submit that on Schoology by Friday. Remember, no school on Friday or Monday because of Easter break. And at this time, you want to remember that grammar, you were working with confusing words and practicing those links and doing the Padlet. Today, you should have practiced sound devices by going to the Jeopardy link and practice that, and working on document days 3, 4, which is in the poetry folder. And then the weekly reading doc parts 1, 2, 3. Those were due, they will be due by Friday. Submit that assignment on Schoology. So as you leave here, make sure that you have the slideshow open so you're working through each slide and the links. Complete the daily question in the Schoology yellow folder. Do the grammar practice links that you'll find in the slideshow. Complete the Padlet that's in the slideshow. Do the Jeopardy that's in the slideshow. Again, those are 5 to 10 minute activities. And then poetry review, play the quizzes. That one's probably going to be graded. It's a quizzes that's in the slideshow too. And work on poetry document days 3, 4, which is due tomorrow, Thursday the 9th, and it's just on sound devices. So those are the items for today. Again, working through each of those little links a bit and submitting the poetry document as well by Thursday and the weekly reading doc by Friday. Okay? Get on the call if you need on the live. I'll be on. We're just not on as a whole class, so come and join me if you have a question. And I hope you all have a great day today, and I will see you around. Bye-bye.